Good morning, listeners. Thank you for tuning in to Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. I do hope everyone had a good night rest. And let's see what we can do to make it good for the day. Yes, Father God, we just give thanks and praise. And let us get into the moments of inspiration. My name is JD. Why did Jesus came down to earth? When God created the earth, it was perfect. He gave it to Adam and Eve with instructions to follow. They disobeyed God, thus causing sin. When sin is committed, it brings forth death. Because of Adam's sin, all of his descendants became a helpless race. In order for God to correct the imperfect condition, he had to find a solution. And to correct the situation, he needed someone who was sinless. And since there was no one sinless upon the earth, he had to send his only begotten Son to come to earth from heaven to save Adam's helpless race. Jesus coming to earth was to fulfill and accomplish the will of his Father. He came as a rescue mission to set the captives free. He came to reveal the Father and to show us the way to him. He came as a moderator between a holy God and sinful man. He came to destroy the works of the evil one, to seek and save those who are lost, that we would have eternal life and have it more abundantly, to take our shame and how to teach us to live a righteous life before God. He came to redeem and restore us, to be an example how we should live on earth, to be light into the dark sin world, to bring peace, to bring joy, and to serve. When he came, he had to live with us. He had to die for us. He had to bear our sins in his body upon that cruel cross. Dear Heavenly Father, we graciously thank you for the unspeakable gift of your only begotten Son to come down to earth to save us. We thank you for our eternal salvation, worked out by the death on the cross. He died for us so that we might live eternally. Through his death on the cross, we are dead to sin and live the power of his life. Teach us to realize that our sinful flesh is wholly corrupt and nailed to the cross to be destroyed, so that the life of Christ may be manifested in us. Teach us above all to believe that we cannot either understand or experience this except through the Holy Spirit. And let the Holy Spirit continue working, dwell and working within us. Father, for Christ's sake, we ask it. Amen. Listeners, would you be thankful and be grateful to God for sending down his Son to die on that cruel cross of Calvary for us? As we get into the Easter celebration, I do hope that people will take time off to reflect on the love God has given us. That love, he has loved us so much that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but would have eternal life. Amen. Amen.
Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Character. Good morning, Petey Martinique, and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning to you, JD.
Good morning, Mr. Dunham.
Just done. Isn't that what it means? Your microphone kind of a little bit off from you, innit? What do you think? Is it in the proper position? That might be a bit better.
Okay, is that so? Is that all right
It
now?
should be. Good morning, listeners, wherever you are. Nice, and thanks for the meditational moments there. Shirley Lecret, good morning to you. Harold Bonaparte. Julius Renard, I haven't seen you for a couple of days. Nice to see you check in. Mabel Charles, Venitrus, and Vanessa Lalji. All you lovely people coming together to make it their reality, make it what it is. Just to let folks know that this morning's agricultural program, and this is how it's done. This is how it's done. Let me give you something. The station, no, we don't depend on donations to survive. We can't. And nobody gives us. There's no free money. So, in order for the station to continue doing what it is doing, then different people will sponsor different things at different times. And I feel really, really good to have a person who wants to be affiliated to the agricultural program. And Jay, I think he's your friend, Gittins? It's Birch Grove?
Birch Grove,
Yeah, so he's made contact, and we have him now as the one of the official sponsors of the agricultural program on a Thursday morning. So thank you very much, Mr. Gittins, and do have yourself a wonderful day.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedling, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
So we finally got the first one, JD.
Yeah, I love such that probably we have well, since last year I think I was speaking about that. Yeah, I think last year we wanted to do that. Yeah, to do that.
Well, it's nice. Nice to have
I love, yes, and then when someone can see the program and the people who he touches, and they want to come on board.
And want to be affiliated too.
That. Yeah, that's
because it's not something that fine. Somebody went to him and he listened to the program one day. He would have been listening.
He listens.
To realize that I think I can put my product. I think I can put my business fixed to that.
I'd ask him about it once. I said, listen, why don't you come on, sponsor it? Yeah, you think about it, and thing went on, and he never did, and eventually.
Yeah, eventually he did.
He saw the virtue and the wisdom in having it done. And yes, thank you, Mr. Gittins, for.
Well, what is nice is that it had nothing to do with Andre. Had nothing to do with me, except I gave encouragement to the people who were doing it. I said, hey, yeah, it's a nice idea, great job.
Yeah, it's done. It's done professionally.
And I don't even think that they're doing another one.
Oh, okay.
I think the team came together and they did that one, and I guess it was time, and they decided no, they still didn't like. This sounds good to me, but
that sounds good. Yeah,
but they didn't like it, and they decided they're going to do another one.
If you're doing a better one, well.
But yeah, I guess it's a better one they're doing because, and then again, it's about the teamwork.
Yeah, team.
They're working behind the scenes, and they'll do something, and if they like it, they'll say yes. And sometimes they do it, but then when they listen to it again, it's like, oh, we could do better here. So I guess that's what's going down.
Do you know what the acronym for team is?
What?
The acronym for team.
The acronym for team?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Together, each achieve more. No. Not.
Together, each achieve more.
Yeah, that's teamwork together. If you work together, the more you work together,
Take everything and more.
hit everything and more. You're right. That song's even better.
Take everything and more.
Take everything and more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, it could be lawnmower too. I wonder if drumsticks is there this morning. Somebody's calling on the other line. Come on, don't do that, folks. 4420975 now. That's a business, and that you wouldn't get an answer on that until about 8 o'clock. But this one, 4420175, you'll get us right now. Did you see how nice you look on that camera this morning?
Oh yeah. But this one is not.
No, not that one. That one.
Oh,
right
that
there.
one there. Okay.
Yeah, so you're the only person they're gonna see this morning.
Yeah, I'm looking nice.
You're looking really handsome and
Handsome,
thing, man.
what boy?
Yeah.
And if ladies not watching, no? You know, ladies are watching.
I can tell you. Hold on, let me see. I can tell you if there are any ladies watching. Vanessa is there. Venetrice is there. Please, 4420175.
You will not answer.
4420175. Yeah. Vanessa is there. Venetrice is there. Mabel is there. Julius is there. Shirley is there. Tamika is there. So yeah, ladies watching.
A lot of ladies are watching.
Yeah, a lot of ladies watching. No, they don't want. No.
Okay, this person really determined to.
They're determined. They're persistent. Right?
Yeah, that's good. They persist, but they're not getting through. So.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedling, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
It is Sirius 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Good morning, drummers.
Hello, good morning.
What's up, girl?
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to you. Good morning to the nation. JD, good morning.
Very good morning, James.
I'm reading from the Word of God, Revelation, chapter 21, verses 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with man, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, neither crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne, said, shall behold, and make all things new. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you very much. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
You sure?
Yep.
Sure.
I'm good, although rain is falling. We thank God for the rain.
Although, you shouldn't say although. Before you say although, you have to say thank God.
Thank God, yeah.
No, although rain falling. No. Take out the although. Thank God for the rain.
Yes, thank God for the rain.
Thank God for the rain.
Then yesterday, getting some showers.
Excellent.
Excellent, yeah.
That's good. The plants smiling.
Yes, of course. And the little nutmeg and thing that is water.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And especially now when you could get the agricultural supplies from Gittins close to you in Bodge Grove, you could just go down to Bodge Grove and you're getting all your agricultural supplies.
So where is some places?
There's one in Bodge Grove. It's by the bakery.
By the church?
By the church, by
okay.
New Testament church. They've been there for a while, No, they've been there for quite a while. And if you want, they do some very good seedlings. I know I could testify that they do some very good seedlings. And then there's one in the market. When you go and buy your friend in the courthouse, you could just buy the market there. On the side where grain like used to be, yeah, you'll find them there. Okay, so good. Have a wonderful day.
But hold on, Drums. How could you be living up there and you don't know about Mr. Gittins?
No, I don't live up there. I live in upper capital, but he's talking about fighting lower capital.
Okay. So is they quite in
By the bakery.
that is Sidvin Snob there.
Walk down, live here, no walk down, and then
And boss, boss around there.
Also job there, and then when I buy anything, I just take a boss to go long way when I come home, you know.
Who tell you to buy car?
Well, it's all right.
Take care of yourself, darling. Take care of yourself.
Yes.
Olive. Love. All right, take care.
All right,
you too.
Yeah.
All right, great. It's Realist 91.9. JD, this one is in from the Ministry of Fisheries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The minister or the ministry responsible for fisheries. Oh, what happened to me? The Ministry of okay. Andre, get it together.
Go over there.
Yeah, let's start. The minister responsible for fisheries, pursuant to the Fisheries Amendment Regulation 1996, hereby gives notice that he has declared the periods hereafter mentioned as closed season for lobsters and turtles, and a closed fishery with regards to sea urchins. You know what sea urchins, right? CX, right.
Yeah.
That lobster from the 1st of May, so that's coming, first May to the 31st of August. And turtles, likewise, 1st May to the 31st August. Ouch. You know what just happened? And the sea urchins, well, that's closed.
It's closed.
Yes, closed totally. So morning, noon, and night sea eggs, that's closed. But this is kind of very interesting because I know that the turtle watching season has started, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Turtle watching season usually starts at the end of March.
I'm not sure.
Thereabouts. We'll see if we can give Miss what's the name a call this morning to find out. Ms. Help me. Pitt. That's it. I was down in the pits and could not remember Pitt. Right. See if we can give her a call this morning to find out about the because that hinges on agriculture too. Agriculture and fisheries. It does, yeah.
That's part of the
because
thing.
You see, what I'm saying is a bit of a bother. If the turtle watching season is now, but the season for not hunting turtles does not start until the 1st of May.
That's not, that's so something to be rectified.
Something has to be rectified there because it means that I can go watch turtles and a turtle could come up and I can hold it and not be in contrary to the law.
To the law, yeah.
That's what that says there.
Yeah, got it like that rectified.
Yeah, we need to speak to Miss what's her name?
Pete. And the sea egg is closed totally.
Sea egg is closed totally.
Yeah, I remember.
The sea eggs, that's closed. Lobsters, 1st May to 31st August. And turtles, 1st May to 31st August.
Yeah.
We need to do something there because this is a bit of a bother.
Yeah,
don't you think?
Yeah. They have to reproduce. I mean, they need times to lay the eggs and.
All right, we're gonna take a commercial break and link with the Met Office, and then we'll be back with you, friends. Stay with us.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedling, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
It's real, it's 91. Good morning, Kessia Johnson. How are you doing?
Good morning to you. I'm well, and good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Thursday, 7th April 2022. Presently at the airport, conditions are cloudy. Winds are from the east at 7 miles per hour. Pressure 1013.2 millibars, which is normal and rising. Present temperature 23.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 92%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 30.3 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature last night 23.0 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, there was 5.3 millimeters of rainfall at the airport, which brings the total for the month to 7.7 millimeters. Looking at the public forecast valid for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, becoming cloudy at times with the occasional light to moderate scattered showers, improving overnight. Today's maximum temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides are currently low and will be high at 12 p.m. Sunset today 6:19, sunrise tomorrow 6:01. Again, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy, becoming cloudy at times with the occasional light to moderate scattered showers, improving overnight. From the Met Office, I am Kessia Johnson.
Thank you very much, Kessia. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, same to you.
Go, bye-bye. It's real, it's 91. 27 minutes I make it after the 7 o'clock. This is Real FM Radio. We are programming for another Agricultural Thursday.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The public is advised that the Sales and Service Loans Department of the Grenada Cooperative Bank Sates branch has been temporarily relocated to McNeely Alley, upstairs Dr. Pemba Braveboy's office. The relocation became necessary to facilitate the renovation of the current structure. We apologize for any inconvenience that may be caused due to the relocation. Please note that no cash transactions will be conducted at the temporary office.
Who wants to save 30%? Everybody! Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
There comes a time in every household when a loved one passes on, and we all need the support and guidance of a trusted friend. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home has been your dedicated friend. And now, for your convenience and added financial ease, we introduce specially designed complete funeral packages from as low as $5,500. Same professional quality services, but now greater choices at the lowest possible prices. As you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest, visit Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. Conditions apply. Serving you from locations in St. George's, Grenville, and Carriacou. Call us at 440-2302 any time of day. Lacroix Brothers Funeral Home, continuing a tradition of excellence.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it, and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantimel in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchens, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
Forever grateful, right? Or grapefruit or grapeful?
Grateful.
Okay.
Great.
That's your song for the morning. You know,
Yeah,
usually play whatever song you choose, it plays throughout
my
the
song
program.
for the morning.
That's your song for the morning.
Yeah.
Is somebody on to us?
The phone ringing. I don't know which one.
It is? Oh no.
On the other, I think the one there, not this one there.
No, not that one. This one.
I seen a light coming up. Somebody been calling for the longest while on the other number.
Maybe it was my guy who was trying to reach me.
Okay.
We have somebody in line though. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew Donald and your guest this morning.
Your name is?
Camille Teresa Scott.
Oh, you from Shantimel?
That's right. My mother from Shantimel.
Oh, and where your father from? You don't know him?
My father is from the town of St. George's, Alton Gitton.
Alton?
The Gitton family, yes.
Oh,
Pablo Gitton, that was my grandfather.
So your people and them that own the Gittins family is your family?
All that is my relative by my father's side, Alton Gitton.
Oh.
Pablo Gitton's granddaughter is Camille Scott.
So you get
they
don't leave nothing in the wheel for you?
Well, I know yet, because I live in still. Nylene live Shantimel and come in the town of St. George and make me and my brother, and she live and go.
Where's your brother?
Yeah, well, listen to me. Good morning to Grenada Carl.
Where's your brother?
My brother?
Uh-huh.
My child, he's in England.
Oh, in England?
Yes.
And how you here in Grenada? You send for you?
Well, Grenada is a beautiful place. Grenadians all over the world.
Okay.
Good morning. We're in a lovely country. That little piece of rock that God bless us with. Thank you. And I just give me a little chance to speak to the school train this morning. I'm going to intercall. Y'all mom sending all you to the sports. Go to the sports and go back home after sports is over. This is my little plea for the children. Anybody have intention to go to their boyfriend and he beats him to blue, the police will be there. And in any other little hiding spot, so go in the park and enjoy all the sports, support all the school, and go back home. The next thing is right? Yes. What I'm saying is, if you have a good woman in your house, and she's a farmer, she in the land already. She in the land already doing something, planting something, planting. Why you want to get rid of that woman that taking care of the household? And it also goes to men. You have a good man in your house, hard-working farmer, bringing food well on your table to take care of you and your children. And you don't have to go by your neighbor and ask officer a grain of shit this morning. Why you want to get rid of that man, Grenadians? Put sense in all your head. We have a good man that the Lord God Almighty choose to guide us in this country and take care of us. All you want to get rid of him. Something wrong with the minds of the black people. And the people are trying to get rid of the Prime Minister. Them that go to university and all big university, all in Canada, in America, all about. Mr. Amida go to nothing, I don't even finish school. And now you want to get rid of him, all who's going to study law, in agriculture, in education, and all different departments. Are you planning? But God is in charge this morning. I read this morning, Let me let you know. I read.
I realize you already.
Yes, because Mr. Donald, sometimes I just think of how this is a beautiful little country of ours, and people want to destroy it to make people suffer. I don't want to go back under no separation and see trouble that time I couldn't pay me water bill, I couldn't pay me light bill, I had to light 2 lamps to make neighbors feel current inside me house. No, Mr. Donald, at the age of 65, I just pay me little bills, I have me water, I know to go and pay it. Now I on time, I need me lights, and all these things, and I always have food. Mr. Donald, you know how much jacks I get except last night? $50 worth of big jacks. You want some?
Yeah.
I'll go send it up you.
Oh, I'll get it.
Well, I will give somebody, Xander, good morning, this is one of the best man I know, a bus driver. Xander, good morning, darling. Mr. Donald, you have to educate some of us that go to school and go to all law and study law, and they still don't educate them from me. I don't want to go back under this oppression and stress. And women in Grenada, there are about 6 children, 6 different men because they didn't help in them. You all know that some of them same children today. They're in, how they call this thing, Imani and others. I don't say all, but some mothers in trouble with them. Father didn't stand up. They're getting a little something when the month up. Right? And now you want to suffer people in this country? Something wrong. I have to be a mad woman then. If I'm thinking so, I have to be mad. And I helping Mr. Donald, Mr. Teresa Scott telling you the amount that Grenadians, all people in this country that I help selling the blog and the fig. When I don't have, I helping some Grenadians all over Grenada. They come and me have a blog, help me sell it. You understand? I want to just shut down people and make people go back and do the same old corporation want to get money. You know what people have owe me from when NBC was in power, they couldn't pay them people, and people owe me up to this day. I throw that aside because I know what's going on. I want to come and suffer people not under the sun, Jesus this morning. And all who listening, I know some of you don't want to hear me voice because I'm speaking the truth. I know you're mad, no problem. I don't have to buy. Because what I'm doing on the terminal is charity. This charity work. Mr. Donald, you are... Oh God, they don't excite me.
I listened to you. Yes.
Yesterday, a farmer, he has worked with me all the way from Vincent, better known as White Gold. People say, clean my place. And in the amount of feed and borrow. And I want people to pass. They could pass. I don't want to be there. Pass and take pictures by the road to see how I'm a little thing on my house spot. A house spot, Dr. Keith Mitchell. Give me this Camille, I read this morning. Give me a house spot, Mr. Donald. And I have on it coconut, sauce, blogo, fig, breadfruit, pineapple. Yeah, cane. One little house spot, lot 9. And I want to destroy that for me to suffer. Joke are you making? By the time me belly and pray and beg God. I pray, and we going back there. We winning the election big time. I could say, why you want?
All right, okay. Well, you win, so you're a politician.
Well, I'm getting sick because when I look around, and people, food in Grenada, we have food Grenada nice. Grenadians home and abroad, come on vacation, come back and fix up all your little place. Come back and fix it up, and come back and plant your little cider and pepper. I did it.
You're red.
And I didn't come back with nothing.
You're red.
I'm ready for it. Good morning to Grenadians and everybody home and abroad. I'm going down in the city now.
All right.
I'm going and see what I get.
Carefully.
I want the children. And all the farmers this morning, and that is a very good program, the agriculture program.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day, Andrew. I'm good.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
All right,
good morning, darling. I love you.
All right, take care,
you don't have to tell her good morning.
All
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye. It's really 91.950 now. It is before the 8 o'clock hour. Speaking a bit, we'll be talking to Dr. Entwine in a bit. So look out for that. He's already made that link. Yeah, who's Dr. Entwine? Oh, the Woodman guy. Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll be talking to him in a bit. Good morning, Dr. Entwine. Nice to see you. Are you wearing glasses, bro? Last time I saw you weren't wearing glasses. No, nobody could hear you now, so you could talk all you one day. I'm not put you in the studios yet. I'll put you in the studio in a minute, sir. You just stay right there. Okay, Cami, just before you run off, just to let you know that Yolande says, and that is Ambassador Smith, of course, has a very nice picture in her profile this morning. And Yolande says she loves you a ton. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Ambassador. I realized that to begin with. Okay? All right. Okay, no problem. Take care of yourself. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Back to the turtle toes before we go to Dr. Entwine. You don't have a Jamaican this morning. I know you like a Jamaican and them, eh?
No, I don't do that. That's why, no, that's why so me mind tell me don't bring nobody this morning.
Yo, boy, your mind always tell me, okay, you know what? Next Thursday, God's will, I'm not going to do anything. I leave it up to you. Good?
No, the person I made contact with couldn't come do this morning. Most likely maybe next Thursday.
Okay, great. So next Thursday is yours.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm telling you now. Let's go back a bit to the turtle toes.
Turtle toes.
Yeah, let's go back to the turtle toes. Now, officially, the turtle toes began on the 1st of April.
Of April.
So that's like 6 days ago.
Yeah, okay.
That's when it began.
At a month before, ahead of...
However, right, what we find happening is that the announcement from the ministry says that
1st of May.
1st of May is when they close the season for hunting of lobsters and turtles.
Yeah.
So, however, I've always said that we need to do some double check and everything, because I figure because they're quoting from the Fisheries Amendment Regulations of 1996.
SR what? SR.
Well, yeah, that's what they're quoting from.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the amendment from 1996.
So that's
however, there was an amendment in the 2000s.
Okay.
So somebody probably getting it wrong. Good morning, Emma Stanislaus, Joanne Francis. Top of the morning to you also. So, well, not wrong, but there's a mix-up somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there was an amendment. I tried to reach Miss Pitt, but wasn't successful. So maybe I can get her maybe tomorrow. Please God, maybe tomorrow morning. I'll try to get her later today. So arrange something for tomorrow morning so I can speak to her about it, because I'm almost certain that there was a amendment to that regulation somewhere in between 2000 and 2002, thereabouts.
Okay.
So, because they're asking you, that's the Turtle Toes people, they're asking you, and Pete is part of that, Specto, they're asking you to come out to their Turtle Toes, which started on the 1st, which gives them the right to the beach. That's another thing. It gives them total control of the beach at around that time.
Okay.
So we could have a bit of a bother here, but we'll check it out, don't worry. What else is happening? Let me see what else is happening.
On that turtle note, you know, probably about after they would have laid the eggs and put and hatch and everything, sometimes only about 5% of the eggs they lay survive, you know, into adult turtles.
I know.
But only about 5%, if that much.
Here's what is interesting with that. So Mina, if you're listening, you probably could check out that turtle thing for me, please, dear. Yeah, I'd like to know. Okay, but when the turtles, to begin with, they're natural predators like dogs and so who will smell and dig up the eggs and eat. That's the first set.
Yeah, and human beings.
Human beings, and the iguanas do them, the manicule do the same thing too. They'll dig it up and they'll suck the eggs. So that's the first set that will get lost. And then you would have, when they're hatched, before they get to the sea, the birds are there waiting. And it's like, well, it's not like if the birds know, they do know.
They know.
So they're there and they're waiting, right, to snatch them up. And if they're lucky to make it to the sea, then you have the barracudas and the sharks all.
And, well, one of the fish I probably see them mostly in is Kuvali.
Yeah, they're waiting there for them.
When you buy the Kuvali and you open the thing, you find two in there, you know. You know,
so you have the dogs, the land predators, the dogs and the manico and the iguanas, they dig it up. Then you have the human being part of that. And then you have the birds. And after the birds, you have the
fishes. You know.
And then still, as they grow, man again come back in the cycle, you know. Man come back in the cycle again. And then you have man causing things like straws and plastic bags and all these things to get into the ocean.
The ocean, yeah.
Right?
That's
so, and they eat that, and that will kill them, of course. And then still, man causing them to get trapped in nets. Boat chop them, the propeller chop them. Boy, they really see in trouble. So some of them, let's say a turtle lays 100 eggs.
Right, yeah.
You may find that maybe 4 out of the 100 survive.
Yeah, 4, if ever.
If ever, you know, 4
might survive to make it into adult stage.
But the beautiful thing about it is that they travel and they travel and they travel. But when it comes to nesting time,
they come back to
all of them say, but let me go back in Grenada. I'm tired of this out here. Let me go back in Grenada and handle the business. Back to Grenada.
You know, it's interesting how nature plays its part. I mean, it's very, very interesting. How they come back to to roots, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. Anyway,
good.
Joanne, don't worry, we good. We tight, love. Dr. Antoine is there online. Let me make sure I could link with the good old doctor this morning. Dr. Antoine, how are you doing? How are you doing? Oh no, he ain't ready for me yet. Let me add him to the thing. Good morning, Dr. Antoine. How are you?
All right, thanks. Good morning, Andre.
Yeah, you'd have to move a little bit to your left, to your right. Move a little bit to your right. Ah, good, beautiful. You look nice on the phone. You look like a businessman. Continue your phone conversation. Don't worry. Don't mind us. You continue your phone conversation. When you finish, we'll get back to you. Don't worry. We'll know when you finish. Give us a thumbs up when you're finised with your phone conversation.
Yeah, I'm true, Andre. Thanks. Sorry about
that. Now? Are you finished?
Yes, I'm finished.
Oh, you are apologies. No, you don't have to apologize. This is why it's called a real FM and the real things happen.
Okay. Thanks.
How are you doing, brother?
Morning. I'm fine, thanks. Good morning to the audience of Real FM. Thank you, Andre, for having me this morning. Good morning to you,
nice.
Special.
Thank you for accepting. Although you're not seeing me on the thingy this morning.
Yeah. You're hiding from me, you know?
No. I would never hide from you. I wouldn't hide from you. I just need to. What I'm trying to do here is find a screen that would afford all of us three to be together, but somehow or the other, I'm not finding that one this morning. I don't know what is wrong. I'm not finding that one, so I guess it'd have to be you and JD this morning by yourselves, Doc. It will have to be that way this morning, yourself and JD. But how are you doing? We missed you. I understand that you traveled. I see that you've grown a beard and everything. What's going on?
No, it simply means that I barely have any time for my personal self, you know.
That is not good. That is not good, sir.
I know. Which highlights the importance of my spouse, you know.
Well, I know she's gone, and I know it's a kind of troubling time, but you'll get it. You'll get through. She'd want the thing. You're a little bit too close to the camera. If you can just back off, and then right. Oh boy, you're beautiful now. She'd like to see you. She'd like to see you now. She'd like to see you now, Doc. I tell you.
Andrew, you're blush.
Yeah? Well, yeah, go ahead, blush. You're old enough, man. You're old enough to blush.
All right, thanks.
All right. So how's the factory?
Well, the factory is coming on. We're trying to get to the last phase of our construction work for 1 and 2. We're exceptionally busy this time of the year trying to keep up with production and having been out for a short while there. So it's a question of trying to catch up with the needs of the factory at this point.
Okay, and you're trying to get up to speed with production of the product?
Specifically, yes.
Mm-hmm. And how are you going with that?
We're hanging tough. Sorry.
No, I was just asking you, how are you going with that?
Well, that's one of those tests that we encounter to determine whether or not we really want to achieve the things we set out ourselves to do. So I'm doing fine so far. Excellent, thanks. Appreciate it.
Great, wonderful. Now, Dr.
Antoine, how things going for you and the organization?
Well, Andre is so thanks. Andre is okay. I mean, there are challenges with life, as you know. I have my challenges that I have to deal with. The business has come through COVID, if I can call it that. We've come through what I perceive as the worst of it in COVID. Other businesses would have, been challenged also, and I guess they're coming through. Some would have not been able to come through, and that is unfortunate. And I just wish the owners of those who not been able to come through, that they'll regroup and try at it again. We have been fortunate to be able to make it through, not without scars. I dare say we have had our our share of scars, lost personnel, different things has happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still chugging along. We'd like to see a bit more business, and we've become. I dare say at this time we've become more customer friendly. Even if you know that we've been very customer friendly, and now we've become more customer friendly because what I realized is that I was not the best person to continue managing. So someone else is managing the whole thing now. Of course, if they want my advice, I'll give. But it's better, and it's better for me. I'm doing better in my programs. I can write a lot more in terms of assisting in writing ads, and I have more ideas coming through. So that it speaks to a plus in relation to having somebody else managing the whole thing. It speaks to a plus. It is definitely a plus.
But that's good news to hear. Sounds great to me.
Yeah.
And congratulations.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, did you ever really get the sanitizers on the run? When I say on the run, out there and marketing and selling that stuff, did you ever get that?
We've been producing, but we've not been focusing on marketing per se. We just sell on a as needed basis, and continue to donate to the schools and church organizations.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
You were working, I remember last time you were working, sir, on a number of oils and so on. How did you go with that? That you intended, I think, to add to the sanitizers for different fragrance?
Yes, we've been working on that, except we had a glitch few months ago with personnel. One of our personnel had migrated, so we lost that personnel down. We're in the process of trying to replace them so as to pick up from where she left off.
Okay. That was the young lady who was upstairs in the lab?
Very correct, yes. One of the young ladies upstairs in the lab.
Yeah, that is and that is unfortunate, but I'm sure that like Real FM, you will be able to regroup, right?
Yes, we're in the process of actually doing that, and doing some other things that we would like to ultimately accomplish.
All right. One of the things I really wanted to speak to you about this morning, Dr. Antoine, is the effects of COVID-19 would have shown us different things. The important thing is that whether or not we are paying attention, it would have showed us that there are a lot of things that we can do for ourselves. It should have shown us that there are a lot of things that we can produce and we can use, and so make ourselves a little bit more self-sufficient. Do you think that Grenada has learned that from where you sit? Because we still see you are able to make hand sanitizer. I think the Woodlands, is it Woodlands? Clark's Coat Factory, they're able to make hand sanitizer too. I'm not too sure if anybody else is doing hand sanitizer in Grenada, but we're still seeing quite an influx of, dare I say, foreign hand sanitizers. And the thing about it is that it is not, Anne Harvey, good morning to you. It is not, well, I dare say better than what is being produced locally. Well, what's going on here? Why are we still importing these things when people like yourself and Woodlands, they're getting a free ad this morning, but people like yourself and Woodlands can do it?
I think one of the reasons, Andre, is because we're not into the hand sanitizer full time, see, and we do not devote as much materials and time and effort into it as we do for the main product, the Woodman rum. And hence the reason why our production is limited. Resources would be a factor that would contribute towards that as well, Plus the fact that our scale is relatively, not as huge as the bigger manufacturers would be in this country, but ultimately we'll get there. In fact, we're working towards that.
you're working towards getting the hand
Scale-
sanitizers to a level, scaling up.
No, scaling up our operations, general operations, so that we could do a number of other things, not just the Woodman, but some other products as well.
Okay, great. What other products are you looking at, sir? Can you tell?
Well, for one, we need to reintroduce our premium spiced rum, which was designed specifically to have some unique spicy characteristics to it, separate and apart from what you experience with the Woodman. That will be one product. And then we also want to introduce, we're working on bringing in a new product, ultimately that makes use of our various agricultural produce, I should say. But that's a work in progress. Probably have some more work to do on that second item. The first one I mentioned is a matter of facilities, scale of operation, and resources. Our resources are fully tied up trying to stay on top of the Woodman production.
We would have seen in recent months the
But sorry, just
rollout.
before we go further, Andre,
Uh-huh.
you are talking about at least you made reference not in those words, but some of the lessons we have learned from the COVID-19 experience.
True.
Yeah. You want me to comment on that a bit?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. I would want to say that the COVID has revealed that as a people, yes, we're very resilient. Yeah. We've managed to successfully, I would say, come through that epidemic or pandemic. And but it also highlighted a number of things that we can do better. One of which is, I would probably say in a more general sense, is a much better and greater use of our resources in general. And by resources, I mean not just agricultural resources that we have, but that would include things like the sea resources we have in the sea, and human personnel, as well as capital resources. So those are the three things that I'd probably highlight as specific things that could be better utilized or used by our country. And that to me seems to be a major lesson that we should have learned from the experience of COVID-19. Go ahead.
Where do you see us now, Doc, as a country that should be more focused on utilizing local products? Where do you see us now? Are we getting there, or what do we need to do? What any sector, media or otherwise, would need to do so as to cause us to consume more local products, and these same products at the same time have these products come up to the standard that we would want them to? What do you see us?
I would say that we are in essence far behind where we can be and should be in terms of our development in agricultural development specifically. But more importantly, the aspect of manufacturing as it organically is linked to agriculture and the agricultural produce we have.
Mm-hmm.
And we're nowhere in terms of tapping into the huge amount of agricultural vegetative resources we have here in Grenada. Couple that with the fact that we basically do not use the sea resources save and only for just catching the fish that exist there, whereas the sea can produce a lot more than we catch. And so yeah, I think we're far back, well behind, many decades behind where we should be in terms of our potential to use the agricultural materials, our human resource, and our sea resource here in Grenada.
More than we catch. I've just written that down. More than we catch.
Yes.
And this is about the fourth time this morning that you've mentioned the sea. What's there?
Well,
what is there?
The sea is a huge resource we have that, in essence, we do not utilize, save for catching fish and sailing between the islands and from territory to territory.
Mm-hmm.
But the seawater, by its very nature, harbors a lot of resources, including the various seaweeds we have there that could be utilized for various produce products, right? Including the potential for farming, right? The coastal areas of Grenada, and including better utilization of some of the species we probably and should have in the seawaters. Couple that with the fact that over the years or decades since Ivan, you realize that our production of the jack species of variety of fish, for example, that's used to be very common in Grenada, we hardly get anymore. And what I've
Oh,
learned,
they had some. They had some yesterday. They had some yesterday on the market.
yeah, but that's limited. That's not compared to what we used to produce years gone by.
Mm-hmm.
Another fish we used to have is flying fish. You recall that beautiful, mild tasting, sweet tasting fish? I've never heard of it for years now. In other words, there are a lot of things we need to review, revisit, um, analyze, and determine how we move forward in tapping into resources that we potentially have or already have. But that in part would require greater use of our technical resources, human resources in particular. Couple that with some of the financial resources that we need or have and should be better using.
Farming. You speak of farming in relation to the sea. Are
Yes.
you talking here about farming different species of fish? Is that what you're talking?
Yeah, there is something called aquaculture, Andre, which in other countries where they landlocked, they huge farms for farming various fish species, including ornamental, including edible fish, for protein human use. Couple that with the utilization of the waste from those fish for producing animal feed, and additional waste that probably go into composting for the landfills. Yes, so that's what I'm referring to. Seaweed is a big thing in Asia, for example. We have something called a sea moss here that we grossly underutilize, but has huge potential, i.e., in terms of its micronutrients that are essential for basic human metabolic processes, and as well as we make something called sea moss drink, right?
Yeah, we do that.
So as a commercial product, the sea moss represents great potential to us as well. But there are other seaweeds, there are other weeds,
Yeah.
seaweeds that we can tap into as well.
How about the Sagassum one? What can we tap in with that one?
Here is where the human resource needs to be put into use in terms of analyzing the nature of that weed. But off my head, just like that, one of the first things I could think of is the potential it has for land composting to put into your lands, because that weed will have a lot of minerals and that will be useful for our agricultural crops. So the thing that comes most and quickly out of my mind is the potential for composting to nurture some of the plants that we're trying to cultivate in this country. Plus another thing is depending on the micronutrient profile of that weed. I don't know what's the profile, but I'm certain that there might be components within that weed we could extract as supplemental nutrients. But yeah, there's potential in that but we need to understand it, and here's where scientists need to analyze. You in particular should be able to provide us that information, whether or not they've been looking at it from a analytical perspective to understand its chemistry or biology, and therefore the potential use you can make of it is another question. But that's the kind of idea, for example, that our government needs to put forward towards UE and say, UE, look, we have that seaweed here that's problematic to us. Look at it, tell us what it comprises of, and tell us or make recommendations as to how we can best use it for economic development.
Seaweed.
Yes.
Scientists.
Yes.
The need for extracting the micronutrients from the Sagassum weed.
That's possible. That's a possibility.
Where are you with this? I mean, yes, we keep hearing, well, we should do this. I hear you say that UE should be doing this. Then when I listen to to Francis Spear on his midday program from Monday to Thursday on Target. I hear him speak, well, we should do this, that is something else. With all of you learned gentlemen saying that we should be doing this and that and the other, I am getting the impression that we should be doing a lot of things and it seems like they're failing us.
Let me just respond to you by saying a few years ago, one of the deans of the university in his annual address specifically made a reference to the fact that UE as an institution has not been generating the graduates who go out there to solve the problems facing the Caribbean. And you just repeated that point there in your own words. But that's a serious issue. Our graduates are not trained and focused on identifying and working towards solving the problems that face our societies in the Caribbean. Yes. So that's a major shortcoming of the University of West Indies. However, I also suggest that the governments that fund and are responsible for that organization have a responsibility and should suggest specific requirements that they would have. Let me just illustrate that. Take, for example, over the years, UE has been doing research on cocoa, the plant, the fruit. But how much of that trickles down to our economic activity in Grenada? Not much. One of the most recent pieces of learning that would have come from international research, specifically Mars, would have been the fact that the extent of the micronutrients in the cocoa bean and the potential it holds for cardiovascular health. Now, that's nothing new to us. What they've done is they've zeroed in on identifying that compound, extracting it, and teaming up with in a collaborative way with some pharmaceutical company in Europe to produce the health supplement. That's something you should have been spearheading, right? Let me give you a more exciting example, Andrew.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the 70s, we would have heard of marijuana having been good for glaucoma. Yes, I don't know if you're aware of it. Now, since that piece of information came out, and I think one of the famous artists in Jamaica sings about it in his
legalize it.
That would be Peter Tosh, yes. Great Peter Tosh, one of our great philosophers.
Yes.
And since then, nothing apparently, I'm not aware of anything being that was done since then in terms of looking further at the potential medicinal potential the marijuana has. Not just the marijuana, Andre, but the tens, if not hundreds of other herbs that we have, not just here in Grenada, but throughout the Caribbean. Here is where, for example, once they learned of the medicinal use of the marijuana way back then, our government should have mandated UE, look, investigate further other potentials for that plant and other traditional herbal plants and figure out ways and means we can harness the resources those have for our people. Instead, what do? We continue to depend on the traditional use of the herbs that our foreparents, great-grandparents would have taught us. And we leave it there. Meanwhile, foreigners come in from various institutions, pick up those herbs, go do the analyses, identify the active components that have the various characteristics that help in our ailments, and then they synthesize it in the lab and turn right around, Andre, and sell it to us. And let me give a very good example of that, and I've said it to several people. Panadol. Panadol is my best example of what I'm talking about. Panadol is identified, the active ingredient in Panadol was first identified in a herb that we call clap on hand in Grenada. It's that fern that has the white on the coating on it.
Yeah, you find that in the mountains.
Yeah.
When you're going up the mountain trails and so in be it to your private lands or be it you're going somewhere in Monquaco and those places, you see it on the side of the cliff.
Yeah, even in the various communities in here in Grenada, you know. Mm-hmm. And we used to, when coming from school, we used to slap it on our arm and say, oh, what a tattoo, you know. And those are temporary tattoos, of course. And they were beautiful. But that plant, the scientists, he picked it on his trip, one of his trips to Asia, picked up specimens of the plant, went back to England, extracted the active ingredient, and sells to us now Panadol. Do you know how many other quote unquote Panadols we could get from the other components like Shadow Bunny, like Black Stage, Sugar Dish? You know what I mean? Open Susie, etc., etc., etc. Andre, that's the point I'm making.
But you're the scientist, Doc. You're the scientist. What are you doing? All you're doing is making rum. I could say that.
Yeah, P, you're not the only one saying that, but I'll tell you something, Andre.
Yes.
I'm also working on Grenada's essential oils. I'm also working on ways and means to reintroduce the processing of our fruits and vegetables. And guess what? I'm not getting the cooperation I would like to get.
Oh, okay.
Let's show that. Here is where, for example, you, for example, could invest, say, $1 million in helping Mr. Antoine to set up a fruit and vegetable processing plant, or you could go to some owner of the nutmeg oil plant somewhere in Mali and say, guys, just turn this over to Mr. Antoine, let him put it to work. Or you could go to Monlong, the people who own the one in Monlong, and say, guys, you need to release that facility and let Mr. Antoine go to work. Put people to work, utilize our resources, and help generate revenue, not just and employment for people. Hold on, let me give you one other example, Andre.
Go ahead.
Go to a great gentleman and say, look, man, you release that plant down in Lasajes and let me stand and put it to work. I'm talking about the food processing plant in Lasajes.
Which one? The way they made the drink?
Yes, that's been idle for years. In other words, you being the good gentleman you are, you being the good community organizer, agitator, I'm tasking you the responsibility to ensure that within the next 12 months, we get that facility up and running. And I'll do it as part of my responsibility to Grenada. Even if
I tell you one thing I tell you, you'll never get another interview because you just put me on my hunches. Yeah, you do this, Andre, you do this, you do this. all because I ask you one question, you put me in my place. But no, I understand, Dr. Antoine, because but I don't know how much would you be able to make use of that facility at Mali, which has not been working now for more than 10 years.
All right, so here is it. If it needs refurbishing, if it needs renovating, if it needs cleaning up, that's possible. Those are all doables. Anything that could be done to achieve a goal should be done. There should be no obstacle to it.
So you're saying if the Nutmeg Association was to come to you and say, okay, Antoine, here's what, we're turning this over to you. You're going to be leasing it for $1 a year or whatever for the next 10 years.
No, 100.
100.
Go ahead, sorry.
You looking for you and your great-grandchildren, yeah? That's what you
No. Yeah, here's the point. That facility in Mali, Andre, I have approached and I've requested several times the opportunity to make use of the facility. Mm-hmm. The stumbling block is the GCNA has been BSing me for the longest while.
By BSing you mean bullshitting you?
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
And that facility there should have been one of the greatest assets of the Grenada Farmers Association and farmers in Grenada. And yet, the organization that represents and organizes the nutmeg farmers has failed them to ensure that that facility is functioning. Not only that, they have it decaying. And I have tried on occasions to allow them, to get them to allow me to use the facility as a joint opportunity both between GCN and myself. And they're dragging their feet. In other words, they have failed the Grenada nutmeg farmers and continue to fail the Grenada nutmeg farmers. Yet, when the opportunity arises for them to do something in the interest of Grenada farmers, they continue to fail the farmers. So my question is, how is it that other people could produce nutmeg oil and GCNA, that has the most nutmeg in Grenada, has one of the biggest nutmeg processing facility or potential facility, I should say, because it used to function one time, it's now defunct or needs refurbishing. How come that they are not producing nutmeg oil on a commercial scale? Why is it that as a farmers organization, the greatest nutmeg organization in Grenada has failed to make best use of its best resource, value adding to the raw material it buys on a regular basis from our farmers? It speaks to a major issue referred to as leadership, Andre. Leadership and leadership. And that's my biggest concern in this topic.
Because when you look at it, based on what I understand, and you can correct me here because you're the expert, you're the scientist, the nutmeg, the oil distillation does not have to be done with the nutmegs that are of the highest grade. Is that correct?
That is very correct.
So you can do oil extraction from what they call the third grade nutmegs?
Yes, what used to be what used to be the cassettes, as we used to call them in years gone by.
Mm-hmm. So yes, that is what can be used, and the other nutmegs can go and do whatever else.
Yes, they can go into producing the spices that we know nutmeg to be.
And as you said, it speaks here to leadership.
Yes. Serious.
And it makes me wonder, and people will say, well, Andre, you bring the politics into everything. But politics is a way of life. And even so much Grenada because of how small and close-knit we are. And when, based on what you have just said to me, Dr. Twine, when you look at the politicians or the individuals who are offering themselves to serve the country and to manage the country, and you have a nutmeg association that has a facility that can distill oil that has a market, and as you said, the oil can be made from the cachetet nutmeg. So that means the farmers can literally pick up every single nutmeg that's on the ground because there's a market for it. And these people offer themselves a service of country. So if they can't manage the nutmeg, how they can manage the ministry that controls the nutmeg?
Tell me what I can do to amplify that question. Anything I can do to amplify the question, I'll do it. Yes.
Well, I would say that what we need to do, you and I, what we need to do is start printing some T-shirts. Brand them Real FM and brand the T-shirts Real FM and Woodman, but let it speak to the message that the farmers and the Nutmeg Association needs to get the posterior of the ground.
Very correct. Let me just make one additional point as regards the potential the nutmeg harnesses. 45% approximately of the nutmeg is nutmeg fat, right? The oil represents about anywhere between 8 to 15%. And that amount can be enhanced if you are to introduce some microbial processes or steps in the process for enhancing the amount of oil extracted. And yet the fat, which has pharmaceutical properties and is used in by many pharmaceutical industries and other companies, including, for example, the skincare, body care companies, is not even thought of. And that seemed to have been, based on my knowledge, seemed to have been one of the biggest factors that caused the closure of the plant. In other words, one of the biggest potential commodity of the product seemed to have been responsible for the closure of the Mali plant. And what we used to be done is that the fat used to be taken up and dumped. So explain, why is it that as a people, go back to the very first question we raised earlier on, why is it as a people our resources are so grossly underutilized, poorly utilized, or not at all utilized? In other words, we can be a multi-billion economy in Grenada, and we're not there yet. Simply because we have failed to make greatest use of the value-added potential we have here in Grenada.
This is crazy. This is really, really crazy. I've heard it before, but when it gets thrown at you right in your face, then you realize how crazy it is that here is the association barely being able to buy nutmegs, barely being able to put $1 in the pockets of the farmers, and they have the association, the organization, or the capabilities. They have the organization has the capabilities to generate a lot of funds here, i.e., the oil, i.e., the waste, which is the fat, which causes.
No, the fat is not wasted. The fat is one of the commercial products we could extract from it.
Well,
what
the byproduct of it.
The shell. The shell may be the waste, but we consider it waste. But it also has its potential uses. The fat would be one of those commercial products we produce from it. The oil would be another commercial product we produce from it. And of course, the nutmeg as a spice would be a third commercial product. Anything after that could be considered waste, like the shell. But even the pod has its use in some of the products we make. The nutmeg pod sauce, nutmeg pod syrup, nutmeg pod jam, etc., etc.
But the shell doesn't even go to waste, because the shell, a lot of people use it for trails, depending on what they're into. They use it for trails. I understand that the Nutmeg Association is now making a potted soil. Is that correct?
I think they
got some sort of a potting material.
Yes. I don't know how far that's gone on.
What are they using to make that? Are they using the shell?
The shell, I think, yes. Yeah. So it doesn't. But here's another point: if they're making that as a byproduct of the nutmeg, and they lose focus of the greatest value-added product that can be made from the nutmeg, then it tells you how myopic is their vision. I mean, if the biggest value-added product you can get from the nutmeg is the nutmeg oil and fat, instead you focus on producing nut moss, which is using the waste shell from the nutmeg industry, and saying that doing something, then something has to be wrong with the leadership of the organization.
Then if the leadership of the organization is that bad, you explain to me, you're a nutmeg farmer, you explain to me, how do you guys keep putting this group back in every year or every whatever, for every term? How do you guys do that?
That's a question I've been asking myself. Why is it that our people continue to support others, not so much based on their personal well-being and interests, as much as based on friendship? So, Andrew, I know you very well. I'm going to vote for you tomorrow to become the chairman of the board. Oh, I know when you become chairman, you're going to appoint me as one of your representatives somewhere, or you're going to give me the responsibility of quote unquote day-to-day running of the organization, or something of the sort. The point is.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. No, you finish.
No, just simply saying that the situation is that a lot of the continual returning of the officers is in many ways the failure of the farmers to vote what's in the interest of the organization, as much as the personal relationship with the leaders of the organization. Friendship.
What does the nutmeg chairman, what does he make a month?
That I'm not familiar with, I must be honest with you. And of course, I guess he wouldn't tell the farmers what's his salary, what's his pay every month. I do not know. Sorry.
But how can you be a part of an organization that supports an individual in office and you don't know what the individual is working for? Well, I used to think that you're a smart guy, Dr. Antoine. You hold on, let me finish. You're a lot more dumb than I thought.
Well, you're so damn right. I really thought by now we should know that. And yet still they continue to function without informing us why or how much they make. Not only that, why they're not making the best use of the resources, and why they continually run after pies in the skies, So yeah, you're right. It's all those dumb things I do not understand myself.
We need to fix this, Dr. Antoine. We really need to fix this. And I believe the only way to fix it is to unmask That's one of the things, even understanding the period that we're living in, COVID, the times that we live in, when it is proper and the best thing to do is to wear your mask. We have to unmask the association.
Yes. Not just unmask though. I think we have to challenge them in a more vigorous way. We have to insist, and repeat, insist that they do what is in the best interest of the Grenada nutmeg farmers. And there are ways you can do that. For example, if I was the government, I would insist that my representative on the board or my representative on the board be, say, for example, an accountant, right? Or some technical person who can assist in the leadership of the organization. Not just a representative who goes there, listens to the contents of the discussions, and then walks away. Also, I would insist that the organization embark on a program, one, of rehabilitating the nutmeg oil plant in Mali, and give them a specific time period, say a year, within which they clean it up, refurbish it, repair everything, and bring it on stream. I would also say that they work on ensuring that they make better use of the nutmeg receiving stations, most of which remain idle and are deteriorating, so as to make the lives of our farmers easier. For example, a farmer shouldn't have to pay a bus $5 to bring his nutmeg from Butch Grove to Grenville to sell his produce, only to go back home with $95 in his pocket. I mean, that's $5 is 5% of his in that, if it's $100, of course, of his income there. But the point here is that farmers should spend the better part of the time focused on doing what they're best good at, producing nutmegs. Instead, they have to use almost a half day or whatever amount of time to go sell their produce.
No, and they like that. They like to go online, man. Come on, they want to make a little lime. A little break from the line is good.
Well, no,
that's a good thing.
That used to be done in the past, but you know how they did it? The farmers would do it on Friday evenings when they go into Grenville to deposit the money to the banks, or they go to buy something for the madam. And then the wife would take the rest of the money, go to the Grenville and do the shopping for the household and for herself. So yeah, that's possible. It's okay to go and do what you need to do in Grenville. But when you have to spend a significant portion of your day just to sell your produce, as opposed to just walking down the road, selling your produce and then going back to do what you need to do, I mean, there's something qualitatively different there.
So are you suggesting that we probably do some mobile buying plants?
Well, the Cocoa Association does that. The Cocoa Association goes into various areas, buys the cocoa, and then haul it to the points of fermentation. So why not use that as a model? That's a possibility. But remember, we used to have those receiving stations.
Yeah, we don't have them anymore, and I don't see them coming back anymore like that. So probably what we need to do now is mobile buying plants.
Well, yes and no. That's one possibility, like I said. But are you going to let the physical infrastructure that the organization has continue to deteriorate, or are you going to reconsider how you can better utilize them to serve the interests of the farmers?
Well, most of them have been leased or sold, haven't it? Isn't it?
Yes. Let me just point out another big shortcoming of the organization, Andre. There used to be an organic processing plant in Bolio.
Yes.
There used to be tremendous potential, not used in the first instance and deteriorating in the second instance. If you want to get back into the idea of processing or organic nutmeg for the international market, that too would represent a boon to the farmers. If I rightly recall, after the sale of the nutmeg pool or nutmeg station in Grenville, for the cost of a loan that was taken prior to that.
Hey, hold on, I'm going to come. Go on.
Part of the revenue from that, I was told at the time, would go into rehabilitating the Bolio facility.
Mm-hmm.
The money sat in the bank, and it has disappeared. And the facility is still not up and running. What does
go back to for the cost of a loan and explain that.
Well, prior to the sale of the facility, I learned that the fact there was a loan was taken of about $3 million from one of the banks. So you owe the bank $3 million, and you have a piece of property and you want to sell it for $3 million. I mean, approximately as well. Now, come on, does that make sense?
Well, not if the property is worth more than. Is
Well,
it?
of course.
Or was it? Was it worth more than?
Of course. Of course. That you don't just look at the physical structure and say, okay, that's what it's worth, Andre. You have to look at the potential that facility holds for generating revenue and income and money. That's one of those intrinsic values that a facility would have that we overlook.
There's another thing there that I'd like to bring to the fore almost instantly as you speak to that, Dr. Antoine, and it is this. This facility was built under blood, sweat, and tears from the monies on the backs of the farmers. And if you did sell the facility or the property for under market value, that is a serious atrocity, isn't it?
Of course. And if you think that's a serious atrocity, here's my other point to you, Andre. And I mean, your good friend Kennedy always raised the question: why is it that two former chairmen of the organization would have been able to utilize the organization's financial resources to invest in the personal name in insurance securities, whatever it was they invested in?
Are you sure you're not going to put me in trouble with a lawyer or something, get a lawsuit?
I take the responsibility for what I say, Andre.
Okay.
I am the one, and I'm speaking from what I know.
Okay.
How come how come that atrocity has not been addressed? And why is it not being addressed? And why would you allow two guys to walk away with approximately $8 million wasted or lost, invested in their personal name, whereas the monies came from the farmers' organization?
I heard one time that a container of nutmegs got lost.
Well, that's one of those many incidents that the organization will experience.
How could you lose a container of nutmegs?
Easy. By not doing your homework.
Oh my God.
You lose your marks in school when you don't do your homework, right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's what happened, you know. I mean, you cannot sell to a man, you cannot sell something to a man, you don't know the man's credit rating and you're selling it to him at a credit. You want to know how you're getting your money up front, especially if it's the first transaction you're having with the person. You need to know, first of all, how I'm getting my money. You need to make sure your money is secured before you deliver the goods. It's not that...
Well, but that's a simple thing, because Dr. Antoine, I can, because of our friendship, because we know each other, you can call here and you can say, okay, Andre, put that ad on for me and bill me, I'm going to pay you. But as opposed to someone else calling and say, well, I don't really know you, so you'd have to come in and talk and sign some sort of a contract. With you can call and say, hey, Real FM, do this. So how the hell do you sell to a man you don't know and you're not getting cash in hand?
Well, here is where, like I said, you do your homework in the first instance. But more importantly, any transaction you're going to carry out, especially if it's an international or foreign transaction, you need to make sure that your money payment will be secured first and foremost.
Yes.
So that you know how you're getting your money once the goods are received. And that's why, for example, you used to do something called letters of credit, right? Or so you use that mechanism to ensure that you get your money once the goods are received. But you don't just take your goods, send it out to a gentleman out there, and then expect him to pay you. You don't know the man's credit rating. You don't know if he even has a bank account, for that matter. You don't know who all he transacts with and what all he's up to. You don't know the person, and you're doing business with him as if you know the person from morning, you know.
So that is how the container got lost?
That would be one reason. That would be one aspect of it. You're dealing with a man that you don't know, and you want to sell without ensuring that payment is secured.
Have you ever met with the Minister of Agriculture, Peter David?
I would love to meet with any of the ministers of agriculture at any point in time, anytime, every time, if not on a regular basis.
Here's what, Dr. Antoine. I will try my best to arrange a meeting with yourself and the Minister of Agriculture, because I think that you need to sit and talk, and probably he can sit and probably have some sort of a conversation with the nutmeg people, first and foremost, with a view to resuscitating the Marley plant, which I know will impact the unemployment situation in St. Patrick. Let's look at that one first. Are you okay with that?
I am very, very okay. And thanks for taking up the challenge that I posed to you earlier on. Good job.
I don't back down from challenges, you know. I don't back down from challenges like that. I probably don't think it immediately, but I don't back down from challenges. I like that one. But I'm gonna try to speak to Minister David. I heard that he was off island. I'm gonna try to ensure today whether he's back on island and try to see if we can have a conversation and whether or not he can act as a sort of a buffer where he can speak to the people in the Nutmeg Associations and say, hey, you have this thing there just going and going and going and going, and soon it will be gone. Why not invest it in Dr. Entwine? And let's see, drop whatever documents has to be drawn up and let us see what can be done with it. Or maybe better still, he may be able to speak to the people in your neck of the woods that has that oil plant there. Are they doing anything right now?
No.
They're not doing anything right now. That's the web one, right?
Yes. But bear in mind,
who controls that?
I think, I have to laugh. The last thing I was made aware of is that it was owned by a gentleman named Patrick Antoine and his brother.
Now it's my turn to laugh. And people wonder why TGM went under.
Yeah, but let me just add one caveat to what you said earlier on as regards the minister. Let it be known that my interest in the organization is not as a personal interest as much as a joint venture that ultimately would benefit the Grenadian farmers. In other words, the interest of the Grenadian farmers, a joint venture that the farmers themselves would have a significant input into.
Is there still a market out there? Finally, is there still a market out there for our oil?
Yes.
There is.
Yes. There are some things that are, no matter what you do, they remain essential.
You can't change it.
Yes, there's something that remain essential.
Do you have any sanitizer that has cinnamon smell?
No, I don't think we have any of that at the moment. No.
What do you have? What smell do you have?
Darn, man. we have that the one the lady described as smells like my kitchen, the porridge.
I hear you, Dr. Antoine. Gotta run, gotta go back to JD now because we have a couple of things that we need to discuss. And we're down to the final 15 minutes. It was nice talking to you this morning. And now that we have established that we can do it this way, I dare say, my friend, we will be speaking a lot more frequently.
I'll try and make myself of greater availability to you, Andre. No problem.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Take care of yourself,
Thanks
brother.
for having me.
No problem. Take care. I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call later today.
You're welcome. Thanks. Have a great day.
Okay then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Right, good. It's real. It's 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. Reminding you that the program this morning comes to you with the compliments of our great friends at Birch Grove, Gittins Home.
Agriculture, a pillar in the Grenadian economy. Gittins Home and Garden Center, your main pillar for agricultural supplies in Grenada. They supply fertilizers, herbicides, seedling, and nursery items, diesel water pumps, walk-behind tillers, organic and environmentally friendly agricultural inputs. Serving you from 2 locations at Birch Grove and booth number 34 at the Vendors Market in Grenville. Cost-effective agricultural solutions for all your needs. Visit Gittins Home and Garden Center for the best in everything agriculture. Call them on 409-2175 or 438-4337 and enjoy their services from your farm to your backyard. Gittins Home and Garden Center.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at here, basically a whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
The parish priest and parishioners of the Holy Family Catholic Church, Riverside St. Patrick, invites you to their annual parish harvest on Thursday, April 21st, 2022 at the Riverside Government School starting from 2 p.m. There will be lots of eats and drinks on sale, such as cakes, pastries, confectionaries, chicken and chips, sauce, etc. You will be entertained by a popular DJ. A well-stocked bar awaits you. Come out and enjoy with the family. We look forward to seeing you there.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We are also providing Flow Study free of charge so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
It is real. It's 91.9, 91.5. Good morning, Stephanie Stokes, Phyllis Mattison. Good morning to you, Chetty Victor, and thank you for the compliment there. Ruth Thomas, how you doing? Venetrius, Michelle Barry, David Cap Charles, how are you doing, my brother? Just every single one of you having a wonderful day. And again, thanks for choosing Real 91.9, 91.5, www.drealfmgrenada.com. Well, we're into that zone again where we're just about getting ready to wrap up. Again, we say good morning and thank you to Gittins Home and Garden Center, located at booth number 34, it is, JD, inside of the Vendors Mall in Grenville, Vendors Mark in Grenville. And of course, on the Birch Grove main road close to bakery there. Bakery, you need to give us an ad. and close to the church. Church, we can do live church services. You can contact us on that one too. But Jay, we're about that time again where we'll start looking at planting dates.
Planting dates, yes. What time we have? Not much dates. We only have above the ground, 7, which is today, 7, 8, and 9. McDonald Almanac, 7, 8, and 9.
For above the ground.
And below the ground on the 15th of April. That's the last day.
15th of April, below the ground. So go ahead with that again. 7, 8, and 9.
9 for above the ground. And the 15th for below the ground.
Only the 15th?
Only the 15th. That's the last one. They are the 3rd, the 4th, and the 15th.
3rd, 4th, and 15th. So this time, the only the 15th for below the ground. Any other advice that you'd want to give to farmers?
Well, no. Last week somebody asked about Mammy Apple.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, and the benefits of Mammy Apple, it boosts the immune system. It helps the blood fight against disease. It contains iron, which is good for red blood cells, for the system. It helps in heart disease, and it contains potassium, which helps in heart disease. It slows down skin aging because of the contents of collagen. It helps in weight loss, lower insulin level. It is antioxidant, free with free radicals. Helps with eye vision, lower osteoporosis, and help building strong bones. It's good for people with acne just before the menstrual cycle. And it also helps in the PMS for the ladies. It's very good for the ladies and before the PMS. It aids dietary. It has dietary fiber. It helps bowel movement and helps to push out the stubborn stools, which cause constipation. It can make a jam. It could make a jam out of Mammy Apple too. It could make a jam. Sometimes people say that it gives them bellyache. I believe, but I think it's this part between this outer skin and the flesh. I don't think you consume that part. Most likely. But there's another fruit which probably we don't know much about, and almost the same name. It's called Mammy Seaport. You know that one?
I've heard of Mammy Seaport. Yeah, I can't say I know it. I can't pick it out of a crowd.
It's doesn't look like a sapodilla, and it's similar to
Mammy Apple.
Mammy Apple.
Mammy Seaport.
Mammy Seaport. Yeah, it's a seed inside. The flesh is sort of a yellowish, not yellow, like kind of not so yellow.
Orange?
Turmeric color like.
Okay, like my shirt kind of?
No, yes, almost.
Almost. But my shirt looks different on the camera. It looks like yellow. It's not like, it's orange.
And it's that I knew it was in Grenada at one point in time, but I haven't seen it for a number of years.
What's that, Mammy Seaport?
Mammy Seaport.
I've heard about it. I can't say that I know it. I probably would have eaten it or whatever already, but I can't say that I remember what it is.
Take off this you cut it, take off the seed, and eat the flesh. And it says it makes a very good shake. Very, very good for making shakes and stuff, smoothies. But it's mainly grown in Cuba and Latin America countries. But there are some available. I've not seen that for years. I don't know if they still have.
The thing is, you're saying that Mammy Seaport is a Latin American fruit. And I guess
it's grown
mostly there.
And
then again, Mammy Apple will be able to same thing, more Latin American than anything.
Maybe Latin American.
Yeah, but okay, because things like yams, and so we know that cross with the slaves, our foreparents, that crossed the Atlantic with them.
Yeah.
Things like yams and other. Not cassava. Cassava was more Amerindians, the Siboneyes were responsible, I think for
maize too, corn and so on.
Corn? Did that come with us?
No, I think that came up from
Central. Came from South America, Central and South America too.
Yeah, I think.
All right. So we probably have to do something one day to find out which fruits and veg and other foods came from which part of the world and ended up in Grenada. We know that Captain Bligh was responsible for breadfruit, and then the nutmegs would have come from Indonesia. We know that. But we need to know where a lot of our other fruits came from.
Right.
And there may, and you know, there may be some things that are authentic to Grenada. Yeah, there may be something that are authentic to Grenada. You never know. Or a particular species of a fruit.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, because the Mona monkey, which came, basically would have come from Africa, the Mona monkey, but it is it's a Grenadian monkey, if you can call it that. It's a Grenadian monkey now because I don't think that species is available in any other Caribbean island. The Mona monkey seems to be Grenada seems to be the only place that has it, and that's interesting. As I speak on that, I want to throw something out, JD, just before we wrap up this morning. I want to throw something out to the people who manage our forest reserve, Grande Tang.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vehicles continue to drive down to the Grande Tang Lake. And I believe that it is time we stop vehicles from going down there. Unless they're vehicles that deals with the upkeep of the area, like people who work there and they're doing different, they have to do different things and have to carry tools and stuff, fine. However, vehicles carrying passengers, or even me driving my car personally, should not be allowed to go down to the lake. For two reasons. Forest Reserve, enjoy the walk, Andre. Enjoy the walk. Walk down there and walk back up. It's good for you. Nice fresh air. And the other thing is to JD, remember that from the lake, just down from the lake, about less than 100 meters down from the entrance to the lake, is when Nawasa have their thing. And because they're taking water from the lake and pump it somewhere else. So I'm saying, hey, no more vehicles should be going down that side. All the vehicles, stay up, you park your vehicle, go get your ticket or whatever you have to get, and enjoy the walk going down to the lake. Enjoy that walk. Case closed. No more vehicles. And please, we need to look at that. I'm going to try to speak to Claudette Pitt tomorrow. But we definitely need to look at that regulation as it relates to turtle watching. Because turtle watching begins on the 1st of April. So it has started already. However, the hunting of the turtles does not stop, not until the 1st of May. So that's a whole month apart. There is something, and I believe that somewhere, because based on that, I'm quoting what the ministry sent, and that came from the 1996 regulations. But I'm almost certain that there was something that was done round about 2002, thereabouts, or before, anyway, or after. Nonetheless, take care, God bless, and I catch you again another time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.